excited to go to Kate's dinner tonight? Yeah. She wants to know what you're bringing for dessert. What do you mean? You said you were going to bring dessert. Remember? I hope you didn't forget. We're supposed to be there in like 2 hours. Do you want to go to Kate's for dinner on Thursday? Yeah, sure. Oh, I could make a dessert. Okay. I'll let her know.
Uh-oh.
So, the goal here is to make a dessert that's good enough to seem like you didn't forget to make a dessert. And the way we're going to do that is by making a fruit crumble, specifically a blueberry, since that's what I had in my freezer. Situations like this, by the way, are why I find it helpful to have some frozen fruit stocked in my freezer at all times. Starting off with about 6 cups of blueberries. As you can see, I'm being very exact with the measurements. I'm also reserving a few blueberries for later. You'll see why in a bit. So in a large bowl, I'm combining frozen blueberries, sugar, cornstarch, zest from one lemon, as well as the juice from that lemon, and a bit of salt. While I'm mixing to combine, I want to talk about fruit crumbles. There are a few foods, like French toast or bread pudding, that have a very high deliciousness to effort ratio. Crumble is one of them. Essentially, you're getting all the flavor of a pie without the effort that goes into the dough. There's no rising or cooling that needs to happen, you just make it and get it into the oven quickly, which is why this came to mind when I realized my mistake. Next, I'm adding my crumble topping. To a medium bowl, I'm adding flour, rolled oats, baking powder, and sugar, then adding pieces of butter and beginning massage the butter into the mixture. Then, I'm realizing that I forgot the salt, I'm adding that. Then I'm continuing to work the butter until I have some very small pieces and some almond-sized pieces. This technique is similar to making pie crust, which is a video I did a whole tutorial on, but it's much simpler and faster. Another note on this, you can double the amount of topping if you want, but that will increase the bake time, and I don't have a moment to spare. Now it's time to top the fruit mixture with the crumble in a 9x9 or similar type baking dish before going into a 350-degree oven for about 40 to 50 minutes, or until the fruit is bubbling and the crumble has a nice golden color. While that's in the oven, I have an opportunity to make up for the procrastination and make this dessert a little more special with some flavored whipped cream. Into a mini food processor, I'm adding those blueberries we reserved earlier, along with a bit of lemon juice, then blending until I get a nice puree. I'm adding that to a large bowl with some cold, heavy cream and whipping until bubbly. After which, I'm adding about 1/3 cup of powdered sugar, which again you can see I'm measuring very carefully, and whisking until I get soft peaks. Whipped cream can be a little tricky, especially when you're not serving it right away. You want to get it as stiff as possible without letting the cream start to separate. Right about like this. If you go further, you'll see a grainy texture, which is actually the beginnings of making butter, and while butter is delicious, that's not what we're going for here. Now that the crumble is out of the oven, you can see that some of the crumble sank down into the filling. This is common, perfectly fine. The crumble will still be there, and it creates a nice contrast to the texture of what stayed on top. Cover that crumble and bring it over to your dinner party with the confidence that you planned it like this all along.